Good morning, everybody. As my speakers settle down, and may I ask all of you to settle down as well, let me set this up. So we've got multiple medalists, we've got their coaches, we've got tremendously powerful stories in this session. But 2010, the Commonwealth Games had just been concluded in Delhi. And the Indian athletes who were part of the Commonwealth Games were gradually, the able-bodied athletes, were going into a camp to go into the Asian Games. And Deepa Malik, who was a budding athlete at that point in time, said, so we should also go into a camp, shouldn't we? And a senior established journalist had said, ये पैरा क्या होता है? यहाँ तो पैराशूट से कोई कूद नहीं रहा है, सो आप पैरा स्पोर्ट क्या बोल रहे हो? From then on, to 19 medals at the Tokyo Paralympic Games, ladies and gentlemen, by sending 54 athletes, this country has witnessed a revolution. Let me now get into my individual athletes. And I can see a lot of you still settling down. Let's have anyone. Preeti, she was introducing the panel. Preeti, can you just stand up and walk in front, please? Just walk. There she is, right? She's walking. Now you can sit down. Sit down. What did you see there? Preeti just got up, walked, and she's now back, and she's sitting down. Very natural, isn't it? Very natural. Deepa Malik in 1999 was going in for that particular operation, and the doctor told her, the decision is yours. On the one side is death. On the other side is you will not walk again. Take your call. You want it done or not. 23.5-hour operation, 41 days in coma. She says, Boria, I was delighted that that operation happened to me and that I can't walk again because it allowed me to live, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Deepa Malik. You know, we all know what happened during the second COVID wave in this part of the world, especially in this city or in this national capital region. And as a civil servant, the district magistrate of Noida, this man was working from 7 a.m. till 11 p.m. at night, trying to ensure that COVID patients were looked after. And I asked him, I said, so when did you train? His training period was after this particular day. This went on for days and weeks on end, from 11 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. in the morning. Put your hands together for silver medalist Suhas Yathiraj. We all know, these were picture postcard moments etched in history when Pramod Bhagat wins that final point, turns back, darts, and jumps onto the lap of his coach. And from Prime Minister onwards, everybody has celebrated that moment. The man who held Pramod Bhagat together and perhaps has been able to put a para-badminton team which will win medals everywhere in the world. Put your hands together for their coach, Gaurav Khanna. And to my two final athletes, Abhinav was talking about the new age Indian athletes, so was Kali and Manisha and Neeraj. On the 28th of August, if I remember from memory, go check social media, he puts out a tweet saying, I'm going to Tokyo to win a gold medal. He goes out there and wins a gold medal. Put your hands together for Pramod Bhagat. I was sent a dossier by a lot of people, Paralympic Committee included. I mean, a research was done, not official, where they had medalists, likely medalists, low, medium, high, and one person's name was missing from that list. Nobody had given her a chance. And it was all China in the medal ceremony, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 3, 4, it was all China. And all of a sudden, breaking that monopoly, winning India's first medal in Tokyo, first ever in table tennis. Trained how? She will tell you the story during the pandemic. Put your hands together for our first medalist, Bhavina Patel. You know, 1999, 2000, that whole period, from there to Rio to win that medal. The day you were supposed to celebrate your qualification in Rio, you were dragged to court. You were told you're a cheat. You were told everything else. From there to now, President of the Paralympic Committee of India, from Prime Minister down, the country celebrating a revolution, 19 medals. Your story.
Thank you, Boria. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for celebrating Paralympics and our heroes here. Well, you just said I qualified for Rio and there was a court case. And you are asking me my journey to being the President of Paralympic Committee of India. The court cases have just increased many numbers. But yes, that was a day where I thought I'll be celebrating my qualification, but that inspired me. And I think that's the story of every Paralympian present here on the dais today, that whenever destiny has challenged us, whenever the adversity has challenged us, I think we have chosen to rise above it. Bringing home the first Paralympic medal was kind of a paradox for me, because what had taken our country 72 years to make a female Paralympic medal. And I was most ecstatic the moment Bhavina win a medal, and I said, I'm not alone here now. I have another silver smile shining over the tricolor. Very delighted that I was given this responsibility of being the president. We focused on an athlete-centric preparation during the COVID-19 times. And thanks to all the coaches and the athletes, and I should and must add the inclusive policies that have changed the face of para sports in the country. And because of us being included in every funding program, we were able to deliver, and we were really out there sending out a loud and clear message that we too can become a medium of joy and jubilation for tricolor at an international sporting podium. Very, very proud. We are back with 19 medals from 19 athletes going to Rio in 2016, to 54 going in Tokyo, from 4 medals to 19 medals, from just 2 girls to 14 girls. We have come a long way, Boria.
Suhas, you have the responsibility towards all of us. During second COVID wave, what was your routine? I asked you this earlier, I'm asking you again. How on earth did you manage to train, and what explains the silver medal?
Thanks, Boria, and thanks, India Today, for having all of us. It's indeed a pleasure to be here. I have been a fan, I have mentioned to you before, used to watch you on TV and never thought I'll be on TV one day, as they say, dream come true. Yes, I also felt the same way. How on this earth will I be able to do? I still remember when Gauravji said for Paralympic qualification, I had to play 12 tournaments and be in top 6. So I remember I used to lose continuously in quarterfinal stages. In January of 2020, I remember Brazil and Peru, I had to win 2 back-to-back medals. And after losing almost 4 quarterfinal matches, as they say, went in without fear. As they say, when you have nothing to lose, I thought, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा? हार ही जाएंगे. So went into Brazil and won gold medal there. Then Peru, then got ticket to Tokyo, and then I'm here sitting in front of you. And as you said, during the COVID pandemic, it was definitely a challenge. But कहते हैं ना कि if you really want something in life, you will find a way to achieve it. So I used to finish my job at, during the COVID, the peak times, I still remember sometime at 11 o'clock or even sometime at 1 a.m. in the midnight. But then the passion to win the medal or passion to be at the podium in Tokyo, that drives. That adrenaline actually does not allow you to sleep. So I think, as the famous saying goes, if you really want something in life and if you work towards it, the destiny will conspire you to give that. हम बचपन में सुनते थे हम होंगे कामयाब. Sometimes it gives me chills even now when I really feel that I am here. So it's been a dream come true. Thank you.
Okay. भाविना, जब पैंडेमिक चल रहा था, स्टेडियम्स बंद हो गए, लॉकडाउन हो गया, सब कुछ बंद हो गया. आप ट्रेनिंग कैसे करते थे? आपका स्पेशल ट्रेनिंग नीड्स है, आप ट्रेनिंग कैसे करते थे, वो स्टोरी हमें बताइए.
First of all, good morning everyone. Pandemic.
One second. Is that microphone working?
Good morning everyone. पेंडेमिक के सीज़न में मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी चैलेंज थी क्योंकि पहले तो ये था कि मुझे पैरालंपिक्स क्वालिफाई करना था। तो पहले तो मेरे लिए सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम्स यही आ गई थी कि फाइनेंशियली प्रॉब्लम मेरे लिए सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम मैं समझती थी उस टाइम, क्योंकि उस टाइम मेरे पास ना तो कोई जॉब था और मेरे पापा का भी छोटा सा शॉप है गांव में। तो बहुत मुश्किल से मैं पैरालंपिक क्वालिफाई कर पाई थी और उस टाइम फिर पेंडेमिक कोरोना स्टार्ट हो गया और फिर से वही बात, क्योंकि उस टाइम तो यही था कि शायद पैरालंपिक्स कैंसिल भी होने वाले थे। तो मेरे लिए टेंशन वाली बात वही थी कि अगर कैंसिल हो गया तो फिर से वो पैसा कैसे आएगा और फिर से मैं क्वालिफाई कैसे करूँगी। तो उस टाइम भी मैंने एक ही चीज़ को समझा था कि नहीं, मैं हर दिन गॉड को प्रे कर रही थी कि ये कैंसिल ना हो, क्योंकि मेरे लिए बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट बात थी उस टाइम की उस टाइम अपने मेंटल स्ट्रेंथ को भी बनाए रखना था, फिटनेस भी सही रखना था, सारी चीज़ें थी, फाइनेंशियली तो बड़ा प्रॉब्लम था ही। और उस टाइम मेरे हस्बैंड ने एक छोटा सा मतलब मेरे ही घर में एक छोटी सी जगह पे एक टेबल, क्लब टेबल लाके दे दिया था मुझे, जिसके ऊपर मैं पूरा वो मतलब कमरा भी हमारे घर का एकदम छोटा वाला था और उसको पूरा ऐसे टेढ़ा रख के मेरे मतलब अपोनेंट को मतलब सामने रहने के लिए भी जगह नहीं थी। एक साइड पे मैं रहती थी, बस जस्ट एक सेकंड हैंड हमने रोबो भी ले लिया था। तो बस उससे ही मैं जस्ट प्रैक्टिस करती थी और वो मेरे लिए सबसे मतलब पेंडेमिक के टाइम ही मैं तो ऐसे बोलूँ कि मेरे लिए आशीर्वाद बन के आया। और मैंने उस टाइम ही सबसे ज़्यादा ट्रेनिंग करी और जो मेरे सारे स्ट्रोक है वो सही करे। मैंने वीडियो एनालिसिस किया, सारी चीज़ों पे मैंने फोकस किया, एक एक प्लेयर के ऊपर मैंने गेम प्लानिंग बनाए और उसकी वजह से ही मैं आज आप सबके सामने बैठ पाई हूँ। थैंक यू।
You know, in India, we can do anything. We can actually achieve anything in this country. Pramod, Abhinav is still here. He says he was, वो सेल्फ डाउट उनके 22 years स्पोर्टिंग करियर में कांस्टेंट कंपेनियन था। आप तो 28 अगस्त को ट्वीट कर रहे थे मैं गोल्ड मेडल जीतने के लिए जा रहा हूँ, फिर गोल्ड मेडल जीत के आ गए। आप मेरे को बोल रहे थे एक बार कि आप लोग हमें इंटरव्यू नहीं लेते हो, ओलंपिक्स जीत जाएंगे तब लेंगे, ओलंपिक्स जीत के दिखाएंगे। यार इतना कॉन्फिडेंस आता कहाँ से है?
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन। और जैसे आपने कहा कि कॉन्फिडेंस कैसे आता है, तो ये जो लाइफ का जो आप एक तरह से कह सकते हैं स्ट्रगल, जो हमने जो अपना लाइफ में जो स्पोर्ट्स में स्टार्ट किया है, जो स्ट्रगल स्टार्ट किया, वही स्ट्रगल हमें सिखाता है कि हम कौन सा लेवल खेल सकते हैं, क्या अचीव कर सकते हैं। जैसे अभिनव सर ने उनका मैंने एक इंटरव्यू देखा था ओलंपिक जाने से पहले, वो वाइल्ड कार्ड एंट्री से एंट्री हुए थे। जब उनसे पूछा गया कि आप वाइल्ड कार्ड एंट्री से क्वालिफाई किए हो, आपको होप था, तो बोले ये मेरे लिए कोई इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं रखता कि ये है, बट मेरा ये इम्पोर्टेंट है कि मैं वहाँ जाऊँगा तो अपना बेस्ट दूंगा और देश के लिए कुछ करूँगा। सेम थॉट्स उनका। एक बात मैं बहुत बार रिमेम्बर करता था कि आप कितना एफर्ट डालते हैं, कितना खेलते हैं और क्या करते हैं वो इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं होता। इम्पोर्टेंट ये होता है कि आप में कॉन्फिडेंस कितना है। और एक बार भी उन्होंने, मैं बहुत दो चार देखा हूँ, चाइना के साथ इनका था कि सॉरी मैं कंट्री का नाम नहीं पता, बट जब इनका एक इंटरव्यू था, जब सर मारते थे अभिनव सर शूटिंग करते थे तो क्लैपिंग कम होती थी, जब ओपोनेंट मारता था तो उनका क्लैपिंग ज़्यादा होता था। तो इनका एक बोलना था कि अभी जितना मारना तक क्लैपिंग कर लो, अगर आखिरी में तो मेरे लिए क्लैपिंग करना पड़ेगा। तो सेम थॉट था, जैसे आपने उस दिन बात हुआ था मेरा कि आपने कहा कि आप इंटरव्यूज इतने कम होते हैं, ये होते हैं, तो मैंने ये कहा कि आप जितना करना है कर लो, ओलंपिक के बाद तो आने के बाद मेरे लिए इंटरव्यू करे हुए। आज ये है, मैं इंडिया टुडे में बैठा हूँ। सो ये जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस, और हमारे बहुत सारे इंस्पायरिंग जो आज यहाँ बैठे देख रहे हैं, और बहुत सारे हैं, उनसे हम इंस्पायर होते हैं, उनका जो आर्टिकल आता है और जो थॉट्स है, वो थॉट्स के साथ ही मैं आगे बढ़ा। और मुझे नहीं लगता कि कितना एफर्ट डालते वो बेसिक वैल्यू नहीं करता। जस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट यही है कि आप कितना स्ट्रांगली माइंड मेकअप करके आगे बढ़ते हो।
ये मुझे बताइए, बिफोर आई आस्क गौरव, दैट फाइनल पॉइंट वो क्या स्पॉन्टेनियस था? आप घूमे, गौरव वहां बैठे थे, सीधा गए, आप स्ट्रेट उनके लैप पे कूद गए एंड वो सोशल मीडिया में वायरल हो गया? क्या वो जो आपका जो जंप था इनटू द लैप ऑफ योर कोच, क्या आपके साथ पैरालंपिक स्पोर्ट भी जंप कर रहा था? क्या पूरा भारतवर्ष जंप कर रहा था? क्या इंक्लूसिविटी और इक्वालिटी के तरफ वो जंप था?
जब आप अपने लिए खेलते हो तो नर्वस होते हो कि मैं शायद हार जाऊंगा, मेरा बहुत आप अपना बैकग्राउंड थॉट्स बहुत देते हो। बट जब मैं गया था तो मैं अपने पैरावेंटर कम्युनिटी के लिए गया था, क्योंकि पहली बार पैरालंपिक में इंक्लूड था। तो इवन हमने एक सेंड ऑफ सेरेमनी और अपना किए थे अपने टीम में, और मैंने वहाँ थॉट दिया था कि मैं आज जा रहा हूँ, मैं अपने लिए नहीं जा रहा हूँ, पूरे पैरालंपिक के लिए जा रहा हूँ। और अगर मैं आज यहाँ अगर जाके जीतता हूँ तो हमारा जो पैरावेंटन है वो शिखर पे जाएगा। और जैसे आपने कहा कि मैंने जंप किया, तो ये तब सोचा नहीं रहा था कि मुझे क्या करना है। ये था कि कोच मेरे साथ ट्रेनिंग में थे और हम दोनों एक पल में जिए थे, और हम एक ही सपना देखा था हमने कि हम जाएंगे तो गोल्ड लाएंगे। और जो उसमें एक्टिविटी होता है, जो मेरा छोटा मोटा स्ट्रगल रहता है ट्रेनिंग में, वो सबको बारीकी से देखते हैं एज ए फ्रेंड, एज ए ब्रदर, एज ए फैमिली। तो ये था तब जब मैंने वो मूवमेंट आया मेरे सामने, मैं जैसे विन हुआ तो मुझे यही लगा कि जो पीछे बैठा आदमी है वो मेरे सपनों के साथ जिया है, तो सो दैट उनके साथ मैं ये करूँ। और मैं जाके उनसे एक्चुअली हक करने जा रहा था, बट मुझे नहीं पता मेरा रिएक्शन क्या था। मैं जंप कर गया और अच्छे से उन्होंने संभाल लिया, क्योंकि जब में ये नहीं होता। और हमने दोनों हक करके एक थॉट लिया कि जो सपना हम दोनों ने देखा था उसे हमने कंप्लीट किया।
में एक ट्रेंड रहा है, जिसका गोल्ड आया है उसने जंप मार के गौरव कोच की गोदी में जंप मारे हैं। So it has been literally jumping with joy into the arms and leaping into the next future of para badminton. It was great to see. I witnessed almost all the matches, Buria, and it was wonderful to see the coordination of the coach and the para athletes, the badminton players. There was a continuous conversation. There was a very strong bonding, and I think that is what we need in the sporting world. We need to have coaches in sync with the athletes, totally with them. And even Suhas, I think, had the toughest match. I was there. And the only thing that we could contribute to his match was hooting, because his opponent, they were almost hooting in a rugby style. I think European people are very used to their soccer matches, rugby matches, and they have their war cries. So we also created our war cries, and we were hooting so we had a separate competition going outside the arena. But still, the kind of bonding the two had, the way they were talking to each other, I think I really loved that.
Deepa has set it up for you, Gaurav. I mean, discovery of Suhas Yathiraj, our medalist, or even a Palak Kohli. Talk to me. I mean, Palak, Suhas, talk to me about how you got these athletes.
Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. And I'm so privileged to be here in this wonderful platform. And thank you so much, in particular, Boriaji, for supporting the para sports. This time, for the very first time in the history of Paralympic sports, I have seen the para sports being celebrated in our country like a festival. And please allow me to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the media persons and you guys for that. Thank you so much, first of all. Right now, as I have been discussing when I became the head national coach of Indian para badminton team, we don't have any portal or any record available in any of the sites where I can search the new talents. The only thing which I can do is either complain the system or to do whatever a bit I can do from my side. Whether meeting Palak Kohli when she was just roaming in a mall and I saw that she is having some deformity in her hands, and anywhere where I see the talented persons around who are super able. So the same way when I went to, in a tournament in Azamgarh as a referee, I saw Suhas playing on the court as a hobby player, and he was playing good. His movement was good. And even I took a racket from his opponent and I told that, let's play together. Of course, as a district magistrate, he has got his own hectic, busy schedule. And he was also the chief guest of that tournament. And he was one of the persons who was behind the organization and promotion of badminton and other sports also in that district. I approached him and I told that why not you play professional para badminton. And obviously, which I expected, and normally I used to have this type of replies from others, even from Palak Kohli also, that they normally don't accept this at once because they may not be aware about the actual things and the future prospects. Fortunately, of course, he is busy in his schedule and he has to manage other activities also being the administrative officers. Fortunately, 6 months after I received a call and he discussed each and every intricacies of para badminton. He watched the videos, and as you very well know, he's himself an intellectual, a very down-to-earth human being, never hesitate to talk to anyone. So he afterwards transferred back to Lucknow, and there he started his professional training. Previously, he might not be getting the time to train and practice, but afterwards he started and we decided which class he should be in as per the abilities and the classifications requirements. And slowly the things proceeded, and we have among the team of 7 members of para badminton which participated in Tokyo Paralympics, out of them 6 played semi-finals, and I'm fortunate Suhas and Palak both were the part of that Tokyo Paralympic journey.
And of the 7 who made that team, we ended up with 4 medals. 7 para badminton players, 4 medals, gold medals, silver medals. Absolutely incredible journey. Absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
Deepaji, to you. This is also a story, you mentioned 14 women, also a story of women's empowerment. And you stand for that. When you were told you can't be a good mother, you can't be this, you can't be that, floor is yours.
I think sports is the best medium to create positive identities, to socially integrate, to break taboos, to break stereotypes. When I got paralyzed at the age of 30, and my elder daughter was also undergoing treatment for hemiplegia after a road accident. So there were a lot of taboos around our household, our family. Mother is chest below paralyzed. Daughter is hemiplegic, left side of the body paralyzed. The younger child is also a daughter. How is this family going to be normal in any way? The mother will never be able to feed the daughters, never be able to be a good housewife, homemaker. And at the end of the day, this family is never going to be a happy one. But thanks to sports and introduction of sports in my life and further introducing it in my daughter's life, now we are the only mother-daughter duo in the world who play together in para sports. And I think disability has given a purpose. And I am lucky that through Paralympic sports, having won a medal at Rio, and वो कहते हैं ना खाता खोला लड़कियों के medal का, and I took it forward, and being the president, my one endeavor was there that I want to see maximum participation of women, and whatever way I could tap the bipartite entries, because we had a very tough 2 years due to pandemic. We did not get enough foreign competition exposure where we could get our more and more athletes to go get medically classified, get qualified for the Tokyo. But the saving grace for me to battle my quest of getting more women on board was the bipartite entries. And we were very happy that we could get one in canoeing. Canoeing, the girl went. Canoeing is something which which is just not common, heard of. And there, Prachi reaches there and she is in the finals. We have Taekwondo. We have Aruna, Taekwondo. Never heard a Taekwondo player going for Paralympics. We had another girl going there. We had Sonal. They got an opportunity to play doubles. Sakina Khatun. I mean, what an amazing performance. She got a bipartite entry and not even in her own weight category. Poor thing had to increase her weight to be able to participate in that category. And look at that girl's effort. She goes there and she comes 5th. And that's not easy to stand 5th in the world in a powerlifting competition of a girl who comes from a very remote place of West Bengal and coming from a marginalized section, wearing a hijab and doing powerlifting. So I think this is the changing face of New India, where women can get the best empowerment through sports.
You know, while we are celebrating all of this, and we are, right? 19 medals, we are celebrating our 19 medals. This was actually a question I think Kali asked Abhinav and said, have we moved forward? Let me ask this question, except my panelists here and 2 people here, I know they will answer this. How many of you have heard of Murlikant Petkar? Audience, this is an elite audience. This is actually an elite audience. Can anyone tell me who Murlikant Petkar is? Except these 2, Manisha and Abhinav, and my 5 panelists. I don't see a hand. India has not yet arrived. Murlikant Petkar, war veteran, 1965, multiple bullet wounds, goes on to win India's first Paralympic medal. This audience doesn't know of Murlikant Petkar. Don't celebrate your 19 medals yet. There's still a journey to be done. And that's the journey that I think we are starting out here. More such platforms, more inclusivity, more such talk, I think will get us there. Suhas, have you seen a change in attitude? I mean, one thing is Suhas Yathiraj winning a medal. But one thing is, अरे अभी इसका तो problem है, गाली दे दो. Medal is one thing. Have you seen India change? If that is what you've seen, that is the bigger story.
Very well said, Boria. In fact, let me tell you, 1983 was a watershed moment for Indian cricket when Kapil Dev lifted the World Cup and when the invent of color television just happened. And I don't have hesitation when I say Tokyo 2020 is a watershed moment in Indian Paralympics. You will see a sea change between the attitude before 2020 and after 2020. It is a watershed moment, definitely. We all know sports is a high-risk, high-return venture. That is one of the reasons why parents are reluctant to actually get their children into sports. There are a handful of Abhinav Bindras or Pramod Bhagats in the sporting career, whereas, if they choose other alternative careers, the amount of opportunities are quite huge. But sport, India, again, has become a sport, not only a sport watching nation, now it is changing into a sport playing nation. Coming to your question regarding the attitude of people with respect to people who are differently abled. Yes, I see a huge difference in the way now people perceive. People are very sensitive and people are very confident. As you mentioned, Abhinav said it's New Age India. Yes, it is New Age India in terms of the athletic achievements. And at the end of the day, society and countries, they relish success. Nothing succeeds like success. You will see Paralympics and Olympics, the way they have brought medals to the country, the whole country is celebrating. In fact, when they celebrate my medal, they don't celebrate as a district magistrate or anything. They feel as if a son from their home has won the medal. So I think the way country is celebrating both Paralympic and Olympic medals, especially Paralympic medals, as you rightly said, there used to be a stage when people used to ask, ये होता क्या है? धीरे-धीरे लोगों में awareness बढ़ रही है. One of the reasons is that you are all in the entertainment world. You know that this जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. things have to be entertaining for the TV or for the social media to sell itself. This time, let me tell you, I got the figures of the badminton in Paralympics, number of people who watched. It is 6.2 million. It is the actual figure that I got from the broadcaster. That you get in other sports, cricket or other sports. But to get this number of viewers, and when they talk to me, they ask, when they watch our matches, the final match which Deepaji was referring to, that I had against the Frenchman. So they go into the intricacies, the way the society has started celebrating parasports, or even generally people who are differently abled. So I think it is definitely a watershed moment, and you will see a sea change forward going ahead.
भाविना जी, ये सुहास जो कह रहा है, आपके गांव में आपके पिताजी की, you know, the whole way your relatives who used to criticize, आपको criticize करते थे, ये disability है, वो है, अभी आपके पास ऑटोग्राफ लेने, ब्लेसिंग्स लेने आ जाते हैं. कैसे बदला, कैसे है, क्या बदलाव हुआ है? एक स्टोरी बता दें मेरे ऑडियंस को. 2004 Devendra Jhajharia was going for the Paralympics. Today when these people went, and again this was alluded to earlier, there's a send-off by the Prime Minister, send-off by ministers and media and whatever. Devendra Jhajharia had one person with him at the airport. One. And that was his father. He said to Devendra, अगर तुम जीत के आते हो तो बदलाव आएगा, हार के आते हो तो कुछ नहीं आएगा. There was not even a Paralympic Committee of India. Devendra won. This is what the product is since then. Bhavina ji, what has changed for you?
बिल्कुल बदलाव बहुत आया है, और उसके लिए मैं बोलूँगी कि जो नेल्सन मंडेला जी है, उन्होंने भी ये बात कही हुई है कि स्पोर्ट्स में इतनी ताकत है कि वो दुनिया बदल सकता है. तो वो चीज़ मैं भी मानती हूँ, और बिल्कुल बदलाव इस तरह आया है, अवेयरनेस इतनी बड़ी है, मीडिया कवरेज इतना मिल रहा है, पब्लिसिटी इतनी हो रही है, और हमारे पीएम सर ने जो कैंपेन चलाया है, तो उससे भी बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है, हर कोई आगे आ रहा है, और इसी से सारे एथलीट्स का मनोबल बढ़ा है, और जिसकी वजह से वो अपना सारा फोकस गेम पर कर पा रहे हैं. तो मेरे हिसाब से तो मतलब बहुत बदलाव आया है, और आशा करती हूँ कि इससे भी और आगे अच्छा होगा, और डेफिनेटली इस बार जितने हम एथलीट्स गए थे उससे कई ज़्यादा हम जाएंगे, और इससे भी ज़्यादा मेडल्स लेके आएंगे.
Okay. Pramod, if I can ask you, I mean, you know, in badminton we've already won so many medals. But India still participated in only 9 out of 22 sports in Tokyo. हम 9 इवेंट में पार्टिसिपेट. पेरिस में क्या ये 19 मेडल 40 हो सकता है? क्या आपके पास आज इस ऑडियंस, एलीट ऑडियंस है, फैसिलिटीज हैं, एक्चुअली एलीट एथलीट्स के पास टॉप स्कीम, पैसा, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अभी भी है या नहीं है?
मैं डेफिनेटली भी वो कहना चाहूँगा कि जो बताए 19 मेडल जो आए थे उसका डेफिनेटली दोगुना होगा, क्योंकि इवन जो हमारे देश के पीएम है वो फुल्ली सपोर्टिव है. इवन वो जैसे आपने कहा टॉप्स, अदर्स फैसिलिटीज़ सब इक्वली दिया जा रहा है अभी, और जिसके कारण था कि इस बार इतना मेडल आया. और पीसीआई को भी बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से, पीसीआई ने भी बहुत अच्छी तरह से अपने एथलीट को संभाला और अच्छी तरह से लाइनअप किया जिस तरह से हुआ, इसलिए उसका मेडल आ सका अच्छे से. और मेरा मानना यही है कि जब आपका जो देश के पीएम है वो अगर आपके साथ है और जो फैसिलिटीज़ है वो इक्वली दिया जा रहा है, तो डेफिनेटली पैरा एथलीट और पैरालंपिक बहुत आगे जाएगा. और
Gaurav?
Yeah, I'd like to take that question that you said because it's very close to my heart. In India, elite athletes definitely have all that they want. The Indian Target Olympic Podium Scheme, the ACTC scheme, there's no problem in that regard. The real challenge is with respect to the state level and district level federations of individual athletic sports. So it may be swimming, it may be shooting, it may be badminton, tennis at the district level and state level. Yes, the government has its role and it is having the scheme of Khelo India. Now the federations need to manage the funds and run effectively, and as Gauravji said, identify talent at the grassroots level when they are young, when they are budding in the college level. So I think that is where the real challenge lies, and that is where the task is cut out for all of us.
Okay. You want to say something? Yeah.
Growth of para sports is very interdependent, Boria. It is definitely an amalgamation of intent, that is the mindset of the society. 2, the policies. 3, infrastructure. 4, at-par facilities and accessibilities, because accessibility is not just physical. Accessibility has to be in the mindsets as well. And unless we tap the grassroots and we create more and more playing arenas which are accessible and they're disabled friendly and they have universal accessibilities, I think otherwise it will always remain a chicken and egg story. What will come first? More talent will come forward, or first the infrastructure or the arrangements will come forward. So I think we really need to work on district sports level. We need to work at state, like how I was saying, even state policies. Now, thanks to these 19 medals, a lot of states have revised their state policies for para sports. There were states which had never ever had any policy, but now when they have, the athletes have won from those states, they have suddenly started revising their para sports policies and making them at par. So there is definite impact of these medals, but we will only be able to sustain this kind of achievements if we continue to celebrate and not forget about the para sports after a few days.
That's where the India Today group is different. The India Today group is different because we celebrated our Olympics and we celebrated our Paralympics with equal gusto. We did 76 shows on the Paralympics, 76 as part of our on the India Today platform. That's why, and even this conclave, we started out with a session with our 2 Olympic gold medalists, and we are doing a session with our Paralympic medalists. That's why this group is different, and we will continue. We will continue. Gaurav, coming to you before I do something very different. I still see, and there's a brewing controversy, that names have not been sent for the Para-Youth Commonwealth Championships. We've won 19 medals, for God's sake, and you still don't send entries. Whose problem is it? Where is the issue? Why can't we get such controversies sorted?
See, a little bit, a very straight question, and definitely I'm little bit I'm not happy at all that the names are not, the players, as on date, as per the status on date, the players will not participate in, para-badminton players will not participate in Asian Youth Games, who have been practicing hard since last 4 years, and this event is going to happen after 4 years. So in any case, it is very disheartening to know, but somehow I'm still optimistic, still trying to contact all concerned agencies, including IPC, including BWF, including APC, including the Bahrain organization. The real reason, really, I'm not sure what is the reason behind. And there, of course, there is some communication, some correspondence between the 2 associations. I believe there has to be one particular policy. One association should be dealing with the para sports, which is more specialized, more knowledgeable, and of course more concerned with the para athletes. I think this could be one of the reasons, because it happened due to the confusion arise between 2 associations.
Okay.
But I believe that that will be okay.
Deepaji, you're trying to solve this, so why don't you answer that before I move on? Yeah.
Paralympic Committee of India is definitely the apex body and directly controls 4 sports: shooting, athletics, swimming, and powerlifting. For the rest of the sports, the other federations do the homework. They prepare the selections and the list, and we become the window to send the entries. But we are definitely against a deadline, and for Youth Para-Asian Games, the deadline had already been there, and by the time we had already requested them for extension of entries, and by the time we received the entries of the para-badminton young players, the deadline had already been over. We are also writing to them, but this is what happens. We really want all the federations associated with Paralympic Committee of India to do their homework well ahead of time and send the entries well ahead of time so that it can be executed in a timeline.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do this. We call this conclave, or we are using the hashtag for this conclave as a better normal, right? A better normal. What happened in Tokyo, folks, all of you have seen on television, on our platforms. You have seen each one of these people walking up, picking up the medal, and wearing the medal. Because of COVID protocols, none of them, there was no ceremony in that sense. So people would walk up, there was this IOC delegation, they would pick up the medal and wear the medal by themselves. Nobody was giving them the medal. So it was still the COVID normal. What I'm going to do in the next 5.5 minutes that remain is I'm actually going to go to a better normal. So I'm going to call Abhinav on stage. I've got Deepa ji, and I've got Gaurav. So I've got my coach, I've got the president of the Paralympic Committee of India, and I've got our first Olympic gold medalist. So Abhinav, please, can you come on stage? And I've got my 3 medal winners. So I've got 3 top dignitaries in the IOC style. Abhinav, please, here's your chair. So my 3 top dignitaries will present their medals to my 3 medal winners, and then all of us will stand up to the national anthem because we've got our gold medal winner in Pramod Bhagat. So the tricolor will not go up. Please take your seat. The tricolor is not here, but we'll reenact the Tokyo medal ceremony and close this session with the national anthem. I'm told, Pramod, you have your medal, right? You have your medal. Excellent. आपके पास आपका medal है. सुहास भूल गया, आपका medal borrow कर लेंगे. Problem नहीं है. So let's do this. Let's do this. Pramod Bhagat, ladies and gentlemen, can I please have Abhinav to present Pramod Bhagat his medal that should have been done in Tokyo? Just make him wait. Come forward. Come forward. Please, samne. So there you go. That's what should have been done in Tokyo. We've got 2 of the best people to do that. Deepa ji, silver smiles. So why don't you do it for Bhavina? The first ever Paralympic medalist from India, Deepa Malik as a woman, to the second, Bhavina Ben Patel. Deepa ji, that's the thing that we are doing. It wasn't done in Tokyo. Wasn't done. So that's the thing I wanted to do. Again, I have to borrow your medal and go to Gaurav. I'll go to Gaurav to do it for Suhas because Suhas has forgotten his. Coach to his student, something that we weren't able to do. And now that we've all done our medals, may I please ask all of you to stand because it's that moment. We've got our gold medalist. Imagine the tricolor going up. We've got our 2 other medalists. And of course, we've got one who had made us proud 13 years back and continues to do that. Let's have the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
In 2003-04, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'll finish off in my last 2 minutes. Devendra Jhajaria walks into an Olympic stadium and he tells me that, you know what, the Chinese came in with sports scientists, with nutritionists, with their entire team. And they were training with what? A TheraBand. And Devendra said, I had never seen a TheraBand. I had never seen a TheraBand. So he walked up to them and said, what is this? And they said, this is a TheraBand. He said, मेरे पास तो ये है नहीं, तो मैंने क्या किया, मैं तो फार्मर का बेटा था, तो मैं गया एक कुल्हाड़ी ले लिया और पेड़ काटना शुरू कर दिया. शोल्डर का एक्सरसाइज हो गया, नेक्स्ट ईयर गोल्ड मेडल जीत गया. Folks, that will not happen again. This is New Age India. The India Today conclave is proof that that's not going to happen again. Celebrating my all medal winners as part of this conclave. Put your hands together for Gaurav Khanna, Suhasi Athiraj, Pramod Bhagat, Bhavina Patel, of course Deepa Malik. And thank you very, very much. Thanks a lot, Abhinav, for coming and doing this for me.